Hey guys, welcome back to Keeping Up with China. So today we're back with another video. I just came from church and I was just like, I'm all dressed a little bit. Let me just come on here and do a video. There's nobody here. Well, my sister is here, but she's sleeping and my mom's sleeping. So I'm just like, let me take advantage of this quiet time. My stepbrothers are not here, so I'm just like, let me take the advantage and just film this video. So if you're new, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. Thank you for always coming back and watching these videos. A few weeks ago, I posted videos about, my mind just went blank. I posted a video about like the interviewing process and stuff like that, like, you know, tips and stuff like that. So I'm just coming on here to give you guys a few questions that, you know, that they ask when you go to an interview. These questions are kind of general. So like, because I'm a nurse, so I mean these questions are not specifically just for nurses. I mean, some of them might, you know, lean more toward to like nurses, but most of these questions are very like broad, and you know, anybody, you know, in any field or career and who is actually looking for a job and who is going through the interviewing process, they can actually use these questions to practice. And you know, yeah. So what I did was, because you guys know I just started my new job, so I did go through the interviewing process. I went to about about 6 interviews before I landed the job that I'm in right now. So I had a lot of practice, you know, like, you know, with the other interviewers and stuff like that. I had a lot of practice. So, you know, I feel like, you know, that actually helped me a lot with this. Well, it helped me land this job that I'm in right now. So it's about 22 questions that I have. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through all of them, because some of them are kind of like the same question, but being asked in like a different way or different perspective. So I'm going to just go through them. All right. So the first question is, describe the hardest decision you've had to make recently. Yeah, like when you go into answer this question, make sure that, you know, like, you know, you kind of have an idea of what you're gonna say. And like because, like, for example, these questions, make sure like you practice, because if you don't practice and they just throw a question at you, you have to, you know, be ready to just say something, at least something that, you know, that sounds good, or, you know, because they want to know how you respond on the spot, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just go through the questions. The second question is, what are your future goals, and how will this position help you achieve them? They love to know where you are now, like, you know your mind, and you know stuff that you have planned and stuff like that. They want to know, and you know, how would this, you know, position help you in the future, or for your goals that you have in the future. Number 3, they love to ask this question. Like I feel like they ask me this question in all of my interviews that I've been to. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? They always ask this question, because, you know, they want to know, like, do you have goals? Or another thing is, like, they want to know, are you committed to this company, you know, like, because they don't want someone who just, you know, come in for like 6 months, 1 year, and then you just leave. You know, they want to know where you're at, and you know, and get a sense of, you know, what your plans are. You know, if you're gonna leave like in a 6 months or a year, then it's like, you know, they're kind of like investing in you and stuff like that, because the whole hiring process and, you know, the training, that costs a lot of money. So they want to know that, you know, you're gonna be here for a while, and you know, they're investing in you. So yeah. The next question, number 4, is describe what you think great patient care means. Well, this is for, I mean, I don't think it's only for nurses. It can be for like a CNA or any medical field, or actually they can actually ask, what do you think that, great customer service is, like, for example, if you're working like in the if you work in the industry, like, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Like, I can't think of it, but like, they want to know, like, what do you think great customer service or great patient care is. Number 5 is describe a mistake that you have made on the job or in clinicals, and how did you handle it. They like to ask this question because they want to see how your problem solving or your judgment and your clinical judgment is. So make sure when you when you answer this question, tell them the mistake that you did, but tell them, how you fixed it, or what did you learn, and all that stuff. Don't just say I made this mistake and that's it. Explain, what happened and how was that a learning curve for you and stuff like that. Number 6, describe a time when a coworker or a nurse manager made you upset. Like, they want to see, how you, because especially in any place that you work, you will find managers and stuff like that that's going to get on you, well, not get on your nerve, but like, you will find people who are not in the same okay. Yeah, sorry, I was interrupted, but for the so the next question was describe a time when a coworker or nurse manager made you upset. So they want to know, like, like, how do you solve problems within, like, your coworkers and stuff like that. Like, how do you, like, handle those problems. Number 7, what has been the most valuable criticism someone has given you, for example, a charge nurse or like a manager. Number 8, that they ask this all the time: why do you want to work for so and so company? They want to know, like, why you picked their their facility, and in particular to work for. I mean, for me, I was okay, so I was honest, and I just told them that I've been looking for a job for like a week, for like a month or two, and I haven't had any luck. And my friend told me that you guys were hiring, and and I've been coming here, because my grandma was there. She actually was hospitalized there quite sometimes, so I am a little familiar with the hospital. So I told them that, and I was just like, to be honest, I need a job. So sometimes you just gotta be honest and tell them what it is. Sometimes you can talk about their vision statement, their mission. It just goes to show that you did your research, and that you're actually interested. You actually went the extra mile to actually did the research and stuff like that. I'm gonna skip 9 because I kind of repeated it all already. 10, what is the most important quality a nurse can have? Just, I mean, it's just your opinion. They just want to know, like, what you think, really. Number 11, how would you handle physician or supervisor rudeness? I mean, that kind of what goes hand in hand with the question about the like the nurse manager making you upset. They want to know how would you handle certain situations, because not all the time you will have a perfect staff, everybody gets along and everything's fine. No, you will find that 1-2 people that that's just how it is. The next question will be why why are you a good candidate for this job? You know, they want to know, why do you think they should pick you over so and so? You know, and me, I told them that, you know, I can't tell you to pick him or her over me. I'm not better than them. They're not better than me. So, I would me, I just told them I'll do my best. I will, the nurse that I am now is not gonna be the nurse that I am in, 6 months, a year. So I'm always learning. I'm always, trying my best to become the best version of myself. So, I just explained, how, if they pick me, I will, you know, surpass their, their requirements, or their, um, just go way and beyond, and just do my best and make sure that they don't regret hiring me. And then they also ask, if you were hired, what would you bring to our facility? They want to know, what would you bring, like, like your creativity, your kindness, your positivity. They want to know, like, what would you bring to the table if they do hire you. Another question that they ask all the time: tell me about yourself. Like, don't just go on and be like, I'm 22 years old, I went to this high school, I went to the, no, they want to know, like, you know who are you beside all those, your age or biological, factors. They want to know, who are you, like, for example, me, I tell them I'm hardworking, I'm, a fast learner, and I do tell them that I do stutter, but I am very hardworking. I make sure that everything I do it the best of my ability, and stuff like that. Just be honest, and just make sure you have something prepared to say when they ask you this question. Another question is, how do you handle stress? They want to know that you're able to handle stress, because nursing and most jobs are very stressful. So they want to know that you're able to handle the stress, and be able to, like, come back from it, because there's gonna be days that's good, and there's gonna be some days where, like, it's just stressful, and it's like, that's just how it is. So they want to know that you'll be able to find ways and things to help you deal with all those stress and stuff like that. And also, another question is, how do you handle failure? That's another question that's kind of with the last question, that goes with the last question. Number 17, I'm not sure, you guys, it says 17, but I know I skipped like about one or two questions, so I'm probably like 15 and 16. But what did you like and dislike about your previous job? Yeah, I mean, tell them what you did like, what you did not like. Just don't throw shade, like, don't throw shade and stuff like that. Just tell them, what you think. Number 18, which is also number 16, I believe. What are your strengths and weakness? They want to know, like, what do you think your strengths are, and what do you think your weaknesses are? And when you talk about, like, list your weaknesses, make sure that you don't just say, like my weakness is this. Explain, why you think that is your weakness, and ways that you are trying to better that weakness. Don't just say that's my weakness and that's it. All right. And number 19, why did you get into nursing? You guys, they ask that questions all the time. Why did you become a nurse? So why did you want to become, they ask that questions all the time. So just be prepared. Have, like, a story. Like, if you have to have a story behind it, like, go ahead, make up a story. My mom, had diabetes or cancer, so I had to, I don't know what the case be, but but I mean, if that is your real story, I mean, if that's the real reason why you became a nurse or whatever it is, then sure, go ahead and tell them. But if you don't have a story, just tell them straight up why you became a nurse. Because you love helping others, you like the medical field, I don't know, but just make sure that you say something. Another question is, how do you handle stressful patients? Like, you guys, sometimes the patient are, it's hard to deal with them, because they're because of the situation that they're in. So it puts them in a stressful situation. And you know, when they're stressful, I mean, when they're being, you know, rude and all that stuff, you know, it kind of, you know, we're not supposed to take it, you know, personal and all that stuff. But they want to know how you handle, like, you know, a patient that's like, you know, really needy or always, you know, screaming at people or just being rude in general. They want to know how would you deal with those type of patient. Another question, my last question, well, my second to last question is, why should we, well, actually I already asked this question, sorry guys. The question is, why should we choose you for the job? That's the same as why are you a good candidate for the job? Sorry guys, I put that twice. You see, that was twice. Yeah, I mean, those are all the questions that I actually practiced, I studied, I went over, and I, you know, before each of my interviews. And you know, it helped a lot because they asked me a lot of these questions, and I'm like, oh, I remember this because I practiced these answers. So make sure you practice the answers and what you're gonna say, so that when they do ask you, you're prepared and you know what you want to say. And last but not least, make sure that you have questions for them. You know, they love when, you know, you actually come prepared with, you know, a list of questions for them to ask you. Like, for example, me, I asked them, you know, what is my schedule going to be like, you know, when I do start the job? How long is the orientation? Do the facility that, you know, does the facility offer continuing education opportunities? Another question you might ask is, what are the expectations you guys have for you, for you, you know, like, you know, you're applying for the job, but what do they expect from you, so you can know, like, you know, what they want and what are they looking for in some way. Another thing, you can ask them for feedbacks, things that, you know, you can work on, but what they think that you can work on, and stuff like that. You know, those are a few of the questions that, you know, I ask them when I go at the end of the interviews. I'll just make sure that you always have at least 2 or 3 questions to ask them, because it makes it seem like, you know, you're prepared, that you are interested in this job, you really want this job and stuff like that. So yeah guys, sorry guys, this video is kind of choppy and stuff like that, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or some more additional questions that, you know, I didn't go over, make sure to leave it down below so everybody can see them. And if you guys have any other suggestions of videos for me to make sure to leave it down below. Again, you guys, I'm like sweating, what the heck, and like my mascara is sweating. This always happens. Like, I thought I looked so cute today, like I thought I looked cute, but I guess not. Anyways, thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful day, night. Bye.